Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial is going to be a blazer, how to make a blazer the easiest method there is. Very simple and you're going to understand. And if you do not understand, you can also let me know in the comments where you are stuck and I will explain that to you. I'm drafting my bodice pattern, my full bodice pattern on my paper. I have my chest line, my bust points, my waistline, my hip, and the length of my blazer. I divided my bodice measurement by 4 and I marked, and I'm going to be using 2 inches allowance for the sewing. I've drafted my neckline, my neck depth. I used 3 inches for my neck width and my neck depth 1.5 because this is the back, and 2 inches for my allowance. I already said that. So I'm going to be marking my darts. How to get your darts? You're going to divide your bust span by 2 and mark on your paper. Mine is 3.5. So I'm going to connect my dart line on my waistline. I'll be coming out by half inches on both sides. Then from my waistline downwards, I'm going to be coming down by 5 inches. This is for my dart length. And I'm just going to connect like so. So that is all for my back pattern for the blazer. I'm going to cut this out and then I'll be moving to my front pattern. My back armhole, I just came out, before I came in by half inch from my curve, but I just came out later because I didn't want it to dip at the back. Okay, moving on to the front pattern. From the starting point, I'm going to be coming down by 5 inch all around from the middle part, and from the shoulder line I'm going to be coming out by 5 inches and coming in by 5 inches. My measurements will be starting from the box, inside the box. Do you get? That is where I'll be marking all my measurements. The 5 inches extra is for my blazer. Is a double-breasted blazer, so it's going to cross each other. That is why I marked out 5 inches. And for the 5 inches on my shoulder line, that is for my extended neckline for the lapel. I hope you understand why I did this. So after drafting, I noticed that my paper wasn't enough and I added extra so I can get the full length of my dress. So I'm going to repeat the same process of the pattern drafting, my body's pattern drafting that I did for the back. I'm going to do the same thing for the front inside the box. So I measured the neckline of my back and it gave me 4.2 inches. I'm going to be using that 4.2 inches for my extended neckline on the front. That is the lapel, the shawl part of my blazer dress. So I'm coming up by 4 inches, 4.2 inches. That is the measurement I got from measuring my back neckline. And on this blazer dress, I'm using my under bust length as my break point. You can leave this at your bust point or on your waist, depending on how revealing you want it to be. If you want it more revealing, then you can go down to your waistline. But I'm using my under bust measurements for my breakpoint. And on that line, on my 4.2 inches line, I came out by ½ inch. This is for the blazer to relax well and not have any gape. I like to reduce the gaping on the lapel. So from that new neckline, the new line I just marked, I'll be coming out by 4 inches. This is the width of my lapel. If you want it bolder, you can use 4.5 or 5. But I'm using 4 inches for this. I don't want it too bold and I don't want it small. So you can just play around this. Whatever you prefer to use for your lapel. And on that bust line for my breakpoint, I had to come down by 1.5 inches. I felt like, okay, maybe it's going to be revealing enough because she really wanted it to be so revealing. So I feel that coming down by 1.5 inch is going to work for me. So I'm just going to connect my new line just like how I'm doing in the video. I'm just going to connect my new neckline for the lapel. For my lapel, I had to do a rough sketch first to see how it's going to come out. And you can decide to use any design on the breaking point. I've seen a squared lapel, so you can just do what you want, but I was doing a rough sketch first before I conclude on what I want. So you can just do this till you're okay with the look. Okay, so I'm inserting my darts. I'm also using my bust span to get my dart line, divided by 2 to get my dart line, and I'm just going to connect on my paper. And I'm also using 2 inches for my sewing allowance on my front. You can decide to use a princess dart for this. Just connect your armhole to the dart line, but I chose not to. I'm using my normal waist dart for this blazer. So that is all for my pattern drafting for my blazer dress. This is a shawl lapel blazer dress, and I hope you understand. I'll be dropping the sewing videos soon. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching.